Test everything. Okay. Says it's doing better. That looked horrible. Holy crap. Okay. That still looks horrible. How is this excellent condition? Okay. Well, we might have to go with just a screen share here, which makes me very sad. But is this here? Yeah, that looks bad. I am not quite sure why that's doing what it's doing. But we will keep on trucking along possibly here for a second, and I'm just going to test things. Let's see. Oh, I can go here, I guess, huh? Okay. Well, we'll give it a second here. And I'm probably going to have to play with this later because I'm not sure. Hey, my cat is going insane. Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to tell me. If you go here, if you click on this, is this going to work? Analytics. Stream bitrate of 400. Hi, Kayla. I'm trying to figure since this is my first time ever doing YouTube, I usually have done Twitch and this looks bad. Like this is not what my face should look like whatsoever. So I'm trying to see if I can, it's telling me to change my bit rate. 400 it says. Apply. Okay. That didn't work. That did nothing. That did not help at all. Oh, is lower than recommended. Open widget. What does this mean? 400 kilobytes per second. That doesn't, this is not working. So yeah, because I'm looking at my OBS screen and it does not look like this to me. So I figured we test for a little bit because I think it's just you and me chilling in here anyways. So output, because I was hoping to use this video. What if we do this? Oh, that looks better. Better-ish. It's better. It's better. We're applying things. What if we go up to 600? We're getting better. Yay. This is so nice. Okay. Anywho. What if we go up to 700? Is this working? No, I feel like I went back down. We're getting somewhere with this, but okay. It does not look as good as it does on my thing, but we'll deal with it for now and I'll fix it because I'll get going here. For studio mode. But I'm gonna go through my spiel because yes, the stream's current bit rate. It is 400. It is definitely more than 400. Here's what I see. Let me see. Yeah, that looks horrible. Do you still see that or is it better? It looked like a horror blob, like a blob from a horror movie. I'm just gonna pull up my screen here so I can screen share as I do it. But I'm gonna have to play with this later because this is a lot more complicated than Twitch is. This because my camera looks. I'm gonna send you a picture of what my camera looks like on my end, like from my streaming software. And I don't know why it's not doing that and why it's not like this. But yeah, this is what my camera looks like in my streaming software, so I'm not sure why it's not doing it. But anywho's, let me focus on what I'm doing really quick. Yes, that is correct right there. We'll see what we get out of this, but where is my thing? This is my OBS in my way. Can I see this? Okay. All right. So, without further ado, the talk I kind of prepared for tonight, we are going to walk through the exact tools I use to design, schedule, automate, and track marketing for my business and for all of my clients. I'm going to explain what each tool does, what it costs, and at the end, we're going to add it all up so you can see how affordable it really is. And then again, if anyone ends up here and wants to stick around for 15 minutes of Q&A, then you're more than welcome. I know, Kayla, what you do, but if there happens to be anyone else sitting in chat, if you guys want to drop what you guys do for your business and which industry you're in, I would love to know who's in here. So, the problem is marketing tools can be very overwhelming and expensive. And to be honest with you, I know that pain to where you spend hours and hours and hours and hours researching, you finally find the perfect tool, and then boom, they hit you with a $400 price tag. And you're like, oh my God, I'm literally like a one-man show. I can't afford this. This is insane. Or you end up paying that $400 price tag and you end up overspending or you waste so much time on the wrong one. So you do all this research, you get into it, and then you realize this does not work for my business. I did this earlier this year. I thought I had an app that would be great for project management. I paid money for it. I got into it and I went, oh my God, I made the wrong decision. But again, I have a pretty solid tool stack right now that has a very low cost. So I wanted to share that with everyone. By the end of this, you are going to know exactly which tools are going to save you time, which ones are worth paying for, and how much a stack is actually going to cost you. So the first one we're going to talk about is Metricool. So Metricool helps you plan, schedule, and analyze all of your brand social media all in one place. It's going to save you hours per week, and it gives you real data on what's working. And this is one of the tools I want to show you. Some of them you're going to already know what they are, but this is one of them that typically is a new thing to everyone. And I don't know how blurry it's going to be, so we'll walk through it as we get through it. But as you can see here, I have all of my socials connected. I have Facebook, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, TikTok, Google My Business, and I've even got like YouTube as well. And I think this is just lagging behind, but hoping that this shows up on the screen. If it does not, please let me know. Oh, there it goes. Maybe? No. But okay, so this is Metricool. This is an all-in-one scheduling platform to where you'll be able to do multiple posts at the same time. And if you guys have any questions about it, because it's a little bit blurry, and again, I'll get that figured out, please let me know in the chat or at the end and we'll go from there. So the first thing that this tool does is this gives you in-depth reports, okay? You can do a whole summary and we'll load that super quick. So this is a summary. Actually, I generated a summary for someone earlier and we'll pull theirs up just because I know I have it already, previous downloads, and we downloaded this one earlier because today is September 2nd and I do my analytics at the beginning of every single month. So it gives you this nice little breakdown of exactly what's working, what's not, what to go through, etc., so on and so forth. And you get these nice little graphs. It'll even tell you which posts were the highest performing. So you can go through there and see what was the highest performing, and you click on it and it goes right to the post. My thing is being slower than slow today, but yeah, you can open this link. But it's being slower than slow right now, but I need to call Spectrum. So you can go through the analytics. The nice part I like about this, that's something that's very confusing for typical business owners, is hashtags. And if you scroll down, if you have an Instagram, this app will actually tell you what your highest ranking hashtags were for the month. So for this month, this business's highest ranking hashtags were raw pet food. And so we know going into the next month that we want to kind of lean into that topic because a lot of people are searching for that topic. I will say if you are one of my clients, you have access to this already. So if you would like to have access to this, please let me know. So you can go through all of this. It's super helpful. It's really great. And it's just really cool to look through sometimes at the end of the month. The other thing it does is it controls all of your socials in one inbox. So if you're tired of going to each different platform and if you're tired of going to each different platform and figuring out where all of the messages are, this will put it in one central location. It also does planning. So you can see we do a lot of planning on her stuff. Yes, it's great. You can see we do a lot of planning on her social media, and we schedule out quite a bit. And you can go through and you can make a post on any social platform. So, and the coolest part I like about this is for those of you guys who use Linktree, Metricool actually has a built-in Linktree feature that you can use here. It's called a Smart Link. I use it for someone else, and it's really it works just as well as Linktree does, and it's completely free because it's included with the app. So you can see this is what theirs looks like for this. And then the other thing, I have not played around with Metricool yet, but it does have the capability, is to control all of your ads from a centralized location. So you can control your Meta ads, your Google ads, and your TikTok account ads from one spot. So again, instead of bouncing around to different locations, you can have it in one singular spot. So the coolest part about Metricool, and the part that I absolutely love about it, is if you are a singular business, the baseline is 100% free. You don't have to pay anything for it. And I think that's so important and such a great thing. But the thing is with the free one, you can only use one brand, so you can only use your own business. You get 50 posts per month, which most business owners aren't posting more than that. And you can only look back 3 months versus, because I use the paid plan, I can look back years. The coolest part though is a starter one is only $18 a month. So it's still very, very low cost for this amount that you're getting with it. So I'm going to talk about another app at the end. Hootsuite is and I'm going to talk about it in terms of comparison. Hootsuite is a very, very popular social media platform that a lot of people use. I don't like it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love the platform. I worked with it when I was in corporate. It is so incredibly expensive. It drives me insane. I wish they would be more accessible to small business owners, but they're just not. And that's just the reality. Metricool is probably the best app I have found that's in comparison to Hootsuite that is comparable to it. So the next platform we're going to talk about is the Google Suite. You need somewhere to organize your email, your documents, your sheets, your forms, etc., so on and so forth. It's going to be the backbone of your workflow, storing content, collaborating, sharing files, and you can even get like a personalized email with it. So my email is hello@moonrockcontent.com. That's because my Google Suite is connected to my domain, which makes it so that it just gives you that much more professional look. And that is only actually $7 a month, which in comparison to Microsoft products, Microsoft is stupidly expensive. And I am the biggest hater of Microsoft products in the entire world. If there are no Microsoft product haters, I am dead. I hate Teams and OneDrive. It just makes everything that much more complicated. And the nice part about Google is it is full cloud, etc., so on and so forth, and just really intuitive. So $7 a month for that is what I use. For project management, I use Asana. It is free for most people. So the premium is a little bit more, but I would say most business owners can 100% get away with the free version of Asana. Especially if you have a small team, it'll work just fine. And then for email marketing, I personally use Flowdesk. So I actually have a fun little update when it comes to Flowdesk for you guys that happened this morning. So the cool part about Flowdesk is when you are collecting data, it is completely and utterly free. So you can set up forms, you can collect emails. Yes, I know, I love Asana too. You can collect forms, you can set up like data collection for lead generation, etc., so on and so forth, completely for free. Once you want to send emails, it is only $35 a month, but the cool part about it is most emailing platforms will charge you based on a sliding scale of how many emails that you contain. So if you have 10,000 subscriber list, you're going to get charged for all 10,000 of those emails. Um, what Flowdesk does, it is unlimited workflows and unlimited emails for only $35 a month, which is extremely affordable compared to the rest of the scaling emailing platforms. So that was my speech. The problem with that is they this morning alone just changed their way they're going to do things. They just announced that their unlimited plan is officially going away at the end of November. However, anyone who subscribes to their unlimited plan now will keep their unlimited plan forever. So if you guys are looking at a emailing platform to be able to email leads and set up automations, I would honestly hop on Flowdesk right now before the end of November. And this is not sponsored at all. This is, like I said, I woke up to an email this morning, and it's funny because it says it right here. Last chance to lock in unlimited plans. November 28th is the last day to do that. But I'll walk you through this so you guys will see my little stuff I've got going on here. Yeah, bye unlimited. It even pops up like this. But so as you can see, you've got, I'm on the wrong one. Let me sign into mine actually real quick. I was in somebody else's that I just set up. So with this, you can see, like, for example, I've got 2 emails that are getting ready to go out. These will go out to a lead list I have and to my internal list that I have. I've got lots of forms that I've got that are collecting opt-ins. I do not have any workflows set up, but this is where you can set up automations. So when people fill up forms, it'll actually put them through an automation. You can do, if you're an e-commerce store, you can have checkouts. So, or if you're someone who sells something like classes and courses, you can sell courses through here. You can see your audience, right? And then it also gives you analytics through everything, which is super cool and super great. And again, if you are wanting to have something like this at an affordable rate, I would lock that in at the 35. The other thing to point out is that e-commerce is $60 a month. Now, everything with e-commerce is always going to be more expensive because e-commerce has the potential to make faster money and more money quick. My next one that I would suggest, I personally like for your website in your store, I like Wix. It's just a drag and drop website builder with e-commerce and hosting. It's going to serve as your online storefront, and it's where most of your conversions happen. The problem with other ones, like right now I'm using Squarespace, but I am actually actively switching over to Wix, is they're just they become too complicated almost, and they make it hard on the business owner to be able to make edits to where you're relying on an outsourced company, which adds up very quick. Outsourced companies charge quite a bit of money to do development. So editors like Wix and Squarespace, while they have their limitations, they are what I tend to suggest to business owners, specifically because then they have more freedom over their website. The other thing that I'm going to point out too is Webflow is a little complicated, but oh my God, what's the one I'm thinking of? It's another one that's out there. Kayla, you use it. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it is a very big, they use Elementor. My brain is like scratching a blank right now. It's not Webflow. What do you use to build your thing? I'm going to remember it later on. It's going to happen. But Wix is a really good option if you don't have e-commerce. If you are an e-commerce store, I would highly suggest Shopify. Shopify is just a really good option for you. Moving on, just because we're already at 19 minutes and I want to not hold people here for too long. For content creation, I would highly suggest using CapCut. CapCut is a free video editing software. You can use it on both your phone and your computer, which is really nice. It is free for use, but if you want the advanced editing features, it's only $10 a month. So again, a really low cost option. And then I'm going to talk about ChatGPT because it's a great option for cutting down time. I tell people never, ever, 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 ever in a million years, just use ChatGPT by itself. You don't want to copy and paste. You always want to use it as the bones, and then you put the meat and the skin on for it. But I'm going to tell people that the free option is not an option. WordPress, thank you. That's what you use. Perfect. Okay. Boom. It's like it starts with a W. I'm dying. My brain's slowly. Our 3-month-old is teething now, so we're trekking through it. But anyways, ChatGPT, I am not going to consider this a free tool because you need to be paying for the faster, more powerful model. So one of the things I do with my clients is I come through and I detect everything because everything needs to be going through a content detector. Google has mentioned and hinted at they're going to start penalizing AI written content. The social media platforms have hinted that they're going to start penalizing AI written content. So everything you write needs to go through a content detector. And I did forget to put this in here. So this is the content detector. It's super nifty. It's super great. You throw anything in there and it'll tell you if it's AI generated, pretty much. But yes, no, the free version of ChatGPT is not an option. You need to be paying for it because every time I was using the free version and I would put stuff in here, I would always get AI detected. When I have been using the paid version of ChatGPT, it is much better and a lot more human sounding to where my scores when I was using something automatically were in the green because I wasn't starting from such a deficit when it came to generating content. So, okay, so real quick, we're just going to go through a really, really fast recap. And again, I've been talking very fast because I just want to have this be a little overview. But so we went through different tool stacks and I came up with 3 different combinations for everyone. The first one is a starter stack, and that one is mostly free, but it's very lean. And for all of those tools that I mentioned, the total amount for you monthly would be $91 a month. The growth stack, which are going with all of the paid versions of these apps that I mentioned, and that would be $119 a month. And then an e-commerce pack, which would be going with all the e-commerce plus the paid versions of all of them, would only be $154 a month. So there's a couple of takeaways. Most marketing agencies will charge you around I'd say $2,500 minimum a month to $7,000 a month. So if you are someone who's having to DIY it because your budget is very low, this is such a great option. And also remember I talked about Hootsuite earlier. So Hootsuite, the minimum package for Hootsuite alone is $99 per month. And that's if you pay the yearly fee. So the growth stack, so paying for all the paid versions of these tools is only $20 more than paying for Hootsuite by itself, which is only the equivalent of Metricool. So if that's a good little kind of combination or comparison to show you how cheap this tool stack actually is, you're getting the price of you're getting 6 different tools for the price of one. So the thing I will say is if you did not take notes, I did make something for you. I did make a PDF file for you of all of this written down, and I'm going to share it in the Facebook group afterward as well. But if you did not take notes and you're someone who needs to visualize it or have something later, that'll give you a free download for this list. It even breaks down those 3 different tiers of how much things are going to cost you. And then, yeah, that's kind of all I had for everyone today. If anyone has any questions, I kind of busted through all of that in 6 minutes. I was trying to keep it at least under 30, but if anyone has any questions, then I will take them. And the first couple minutes was just me trying to really figure out uh for I need to my brain is going, but yes. So if you guys have any questions for me, if not, I'll give it a couple minutes and then we will get going. And I'll give you guys the rest of your Tuesday night. But yes, okay. Oh, it is Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday night already. Like this Tuesday is kind of throwing me off with the amount of stuff. Who are you and what's your business? I am Keegan and I am the head of Moonwalk content. So that is what I do. I do content marketing for small businesses. Hence why I'm trying to give people some DIY options because I know um it is not a feasible option for a lot of small businesses a lot of times to afford marketing services, even though how important it is. So, but yes, I am probably gonna hop off for the night and then I